What's going on, guys? So I've been in Florida for the past week, and that's why I haven't been able to make a video, but today's the last day. In fact, we're leaving for the airport right now, me and my girlfriend. So just give me 1 second, I'll see you back in Minneapolis. Whoa, alright guys, how's it going? I'm back in my home, and trust me, I'm extremely hyped to be back. I'm extremely grateful for the fact that I can travel and still work, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm never as focused when I'm traveling and working. And of course, I was with my girlfriend and we spent a lot of quality time together. It was a really much needed vacation. But anyways, today's video is actually gonna be a Q&A, but not just any Q&A. I actually asked you guys on Instagram for you to ask me questions that you'd want answered. So I'm gonna be selecting some of the most popular questions that I see and answering them for you guys. That way I can actually provide a ton of value and basically make like a ton of videos in one by answering a lot of different questions that you guys may have. So make sure that you stay all the way to the end, and of course make sure you subscribe to the channel so you get updated as soon as I upload new videos just like this one. But with that being said, let's just answer some questions. Now I'm browsing Instagram right now on my phone. Oh, quick American Express flex. Just kidding. I am gonna be making a video about credit card hacking soon though, because this whole Florida trip was actually free, so I didn't have to pay for anything. So the first question that I wanna dive into is actually a pretty broad one. It's what is the best tactic for Facebook ads? So I can confidently say that the best way to test products is still with 10 plus ad sets. And this isn't just from my own experience. This is a conclusion I've made after looking at my friends' results and also my students' results. With $5 to $10 per day ad sets targeting worldwide or Epacket countries. Now, a lot of people will say that worldwide doesn't work anymore, which is 100% not true, guys. Worldwide actually, for the most part, gives you the cheapest results. But of course, the cheapest results doesn't always mean the cheapest sales. Sometimes you'll just get a lot of cheap clicks. And this is why I always narrow all of my interests down with engaged shoppers. So this is basically what's been my main strategy for a long time, and I know a lot of other people have used this strategy as well. I don't know if they got it from me or not, but either way, this strategy is very common. Now, a quick thing that I also want to answer that goes along with that is, do $5 a day ad sets still work, or do you need to do more now? I really want you guys to understand that that budget doesn't magically make your ad sets work. So if you're using a $5 per day ad set, you're gonna have to let this ad set run for more time than you would a $10 a day ad set. You will spend the same amount of money. It's just if you do $10 a day, it will be quicker. You'll spend that money quicker than $5. So it doesn't matter if you do $5, $10, $20 a day. It doesn't matter. It's really up to you, because you're gonna spend basically the same amount of money regardless. I personally think $5 and $10 a day are the best budgets to start with for the majority of products. Now, if your product margin is above $20, I'd recommend doing $10 a day. And if it's below $20, I would recommend doing $5 per day. So just keep that in mind. Now, the next question by Johnson Masonry is, what is the best way to make video ads? The best way to make video ads really is through using software such as, Adobe Premiere Pro, which is what I'm actually using to edit this video right now, or Animoto. Animoto makes it really simple for you, but it is a little bit expensive for beginners. It's still what I recommend. And Adobe Premiere Pro is more difficult to use and learn, but it's a little bit cheaper, and you can actually add a lot more customization into your videos, so it can be really beneficial. Now, I will say that there are other softwares that I've heard about, like Camtasia or Final Cut Pro. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, any editing software that you're comfortable with is what you're gonna be using for video ads. Now, I recommend that you study a lot of video ads before you try to create your first video ad. And the reason I say that is because a lot of beginners just make pretty bad video ads, and I hope you don't take that personally if you're a beginner or something, but it's just natural, right? Your first ad is not gonna be your best one. Now, if you wanna know more about how I make video ads, I actually have a whole video about it on my YouTube channel, so I'll link that in the description, and I'll also have videos on how you can find other stores' video ads so that you can get a lot of inspiration from them. I'll try to link that in the description as well. Now, the next question is by Diet List Leah. and it's how much will you spend for testing a product? Now that's a great question, and it honestly is a little bit subjective. It kind of depends on your level of expertise, I would say. And the reason I say that is because as a beginner, it doesn't make sense for you to spend a lot and try to, reverse engineer your results to get better results, because you're just not going to be able to know how to do that. You're still trying to master Facebook ads or whatever paid ads platform you're using. So that's not going to be realistic for you. I would say as a complete beginner, I wouldn't spend more than $100 per product test. If you're not getting any results by that amount of money spent, then it's not likely that you're going to be able to turn that around and start getting sales. Now, if you're not a beginner, you have money to invest, and you know what you're doing for them, and you know what you're doing for the most part, then I would say $200 to $300 is not that crazy to spend on a product. Obviously, if you're getting 0 sales, then probably not that much. But we spent, $500 on a product test in the past and gotten, like $700 in sales, or almost, which is basically break even. And then we've been able to turn that around and, become profitable and continue to scale. So it just really depends on your level of expertise. Now, the next question by Denny Zico is, what niche is your branded store in, and do you dropship there as well? The niche is kind of a complicated niche. There is a specific term for what this niche is, but it would kind of reveal a lot about the store, and unfortunately, I don't want to do that quite yet. And you also asked, and do you dropship there as well? And the answer to that is no. We do not dropship on our branded store at all. The reputation of that store is literally what I'm most concerned about at this point, because I want it to grow like a community, right? I use the example of my course of my personal brand as what I'm doing with that branded store right now. I'm building up the community, we're getting sales, we're really pleasing our customers, we're making sure we send things out with 2-day shipping most of the time, and our unboxing experience is amazing, and the quality of our products is amazing. So that's basically our biggest concern, and if we were to drop ship, it would kind of ruin all of that, right? Because we'd start to get more angry customers. But I will say that that's one of the reasons why I do have another dropshipping store on top of my branded store, because I do like testing products, and my strategy with it basically is to test products that are relevant to the niche my brand is in, and if I see huge potential in a product, I won't even bother dropshipping it too much, and instead I'll private label it quickly, make the product better by working with the right suppliers, which we've already learned how to do, and do a product launch on our brand for that product. Now, the next question is by Ben McClooney, and he asked, one product store or general store? Now, that's a good question. Honestly, both. I think one product stores are great. I think they're a little more difficult for a beginner to pull off, just because, you just don't necessarily have the right marketing skills for it. But I think a general store can be equally as difficult to pull off. In fact, and honestly, as a beginner, you might have more chances of pulling off a one product store, just because with a general store, sometimes it just looks totally off from the niche that the product you're testing is in. So if you're testing like a health and beauty product, but then your store's name is, manly gadgets or smart gadgets, or I don't know, something that just doesn't really correlate at all with the niche of the product you're testing, then it's not likely to do that well, So this is why if you do start a general store, I recommend that you use a name that's ambiguous, that isn't really a word, something that can be, something like Canon, Zoom. I literally just read my lens. So I don't know, it's a really tough question. I think they both can work really well. I think if I was starting another store, I would probably do a one product store, yeah. Now, the next question is probably going to be the last question, because this is getting a little bit long. But Daim asked, while working so much, how do you take care of your health? Now, I really like this question, guys, because in this world of Facebook ads and Instagram and e-com, whatever, everyone always talks about money and, all the latest strategies. But one thing that I can guarantee you is that if you try to take care of your health, you will be happier and you'll make better business decisions. Now, this is something I didn't realize until I moved out of my house. When I moved into my apartment last year, I finally got my own gym basically in the building, so I don't even have to leave the building to go to the gym. So I started to go to the gym more, and I've been honestly seeing pretty good progress at the gym. And the reason why this is so helpful is because once you go to the gym and you get a really hard like workout in, you're basically like tearing down your muscles, right? Like you're literally like in pain, and it's so difficult, right? But the reason why that's good is because once you're done, like the feeling of relief that you feel is just amazing, and it makes all of your problems seem so much smaller. So anytime I'm feeling really, really stressed out about something, or I've been working too much, I completely unplug. I go to the gym. I listen to a podcast or something so that my mind is still kind of on the e-com grind. But while I'm like tearing my body apart, and then once I'm done, it just feels like I can accomplish anything. It feels like there's no problem that is too big or too stressful for me not to handle. And also, I've been trying to cook here more. I try not to go out as much as I used to, because once you start making money, I mean, obviously I have disposable income, and I can easily just go out every day for every meal and eat out. But not only is that actually pretty expensive, but it's super unhealthy, guys. So I strongly suggest that you try to cook your own food too. A lot of people think that it takes so much time to cook food and stuff like that, but it honestly doesn't. Like going out of my building to a restaurant and eating and then coming back takes probably like an hour usually, whereas cooking something will take 20-30 minutes to cook, 10 minutes to eat, and then maybe 10 minutes to wash the dishes, and then I'm done. And I didn't even have to leave the apartment, and I probably saved a lot of money, and I'm being more healthy. So I really think you guys should try that out more. These last tips I know sound like not related to e-com at all, but honestly, I hate to say it, Ty Lopez is right. Health is wealth. The healthier you are, not only the more motivated you are, the better you make better business decisions, you're happier, you're healthier. It's something that I've been really thinking about more this year than ever before, and it's made a huge difference in my life. So let me know in the comments also if you want me to make videos about like kind of my daily routine and stuff like that. I would love to share more about that stuff with you. But that's pretty much it today, guys. I want to wrap this video up and say that I'm really excited to be back, and I'm just so happy. I mean, not only about my businesses, but just growing my audience and just sharing my life with you guys. It's so fun, it's so fulfilling, it's so inspiring. So make sure you subscribe to the channel to be notified as soon as I upload a new video, and also leave a like on this video. But with that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.